Good morning, class. Today we are going to discuss very important topic from this chapter, Gauss law. So before we start with definition of Gauss law, you all should know about a very important term, that is electric flux. It is denoted by the sign called phi. So electric flux or phi, how we can define it? Electric flux is number of electric field lines passing perpendicularly to a plane surface. Suppose this is any plane surface, okay, and electric field lines are passing through it in this direction, E. Okay. Now area vector of any plane surface, it is always perpendicular to the surface. Say this is the direction of area vector A. So for this surface, this is the direction of electric field lines, this is the direction of area vector for the surface, and theta is angle between E and A. Then mathematically electric flux, it can be written as phi is equal to E dot A, or we can say it is scalar product of electric field intensity and area vector. So it will be given by EA cos theta. So this is one way of defining electric flux passing through any surface. Now Gauss has given another definition for finding electric flux through any closed surface, and that is known as Gauss law. So how we can state Gauss law? That for any closed surface, or closed surface here we mean any three-dimensional surface, the net electric flux through the surface, it is given by 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface. So if Q is the total charge enclosed by any closed surface, okay, it can be your cube, cuboid, your sphere, cylinder, any type of 3D surface. If Q is the total charge inside the surface enclosed by the surface, then total electric flux for that closed surface, it is given by Q upon epsilon naught. Okay, so this is Gauss law. So from here we are getting another formula for our electric flux. So first formula, it is E dot A, and another we have Q upon epsilon naught according to our Gauss law. Now this Gauss law is very important. It has very important applications, how we can use, how we can apply this Gauss law. And its important application is to find electric field due to a uniform charge distribution. Now यूनिफॉर्म चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हम कौन कौन से टाइप की शेप्स के लिए कंसीडर करेंगे? वन, सबसे पहले हमारे पास फर्स्टली वी हैव एनी इनफाइनाइटली लॉन्ग चार्ज्ड वायर. So this is our infinitely long charged wire. Then we will find electric field due to cylinder, then due to your sphere, then due to your charged sheet. Okay, so one by one we will discuss all these cases. So first case जो आपके पास आता है, that is how we can find electric field due to a infinitely long charged wire by using our Gauss law. So Gauss law, it's very easy, very important, that phi total net electric flux through any closed surface, it is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, where Q is total charge enclosed by the surface. Now taking this first case, now when we will discuss any of these cases, जब हम electric field intensity find out करेंगे, so two things should be clear in our minds कि हमें जिस भी uniform charge distribution के due to हमें electric field find out करना है. First of all, we consider a surface which is symmetric about this charge distribution. Okay, so any symmetric surface about a charge distribution, it is called our Gaussian surface, within which we will find electric field intensity. So for every charge distribution, it will have its own Gaussian surface. जैसे long wire के case में, this Gaussian surface is our cylinder. Now इस चार्ज्ड वायर को वी कंसीडर इट अ लीनियर चार्ज वायर. अब इस पे क्योंकि चार्ज यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, तो एक पर्टिकुलर पार्ट पे कितना चार्ज है ये कंसीडर करना, फाइंड आउट करना, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो वी टेक लेमडा. लेमडा इज अवर लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी. सो लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी मीन्स चार्ज पर यूनिट लेंथ. मीन्स इस पूरी लेंथ पे पर यूनिट लेंथ अगर हम कंसीडर करें तो उस पर यूनिट लेंथ में कितना चार्ज है, दैट कैन बी कंसीडर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ इट्स लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी lambda. Then it will become easier to find the charge. So for this Gaussian surface cylinder, in terms of its linear charge density, we will find electric field intensity, and it comes out lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught into r, where r we are taking the distance of points or radius of the cylindrical Gaussian surface. The derivation I have already sent in notes. Okay, so this is our first application of Gauss law to find electric field due to infinitely long charged wire. Now second case, it comes of infinitely long cylinder. Now cylinder के केस में हमारे पास it can be bifurcated into two cases. One is which type of cylinder we have, whether we have a hollow cylinder or we have a solid cylinder. Now hollow cylinder means the charge is resided over its surface. जो चार्ज का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो सिर्फ सिलेंडर की लेटरल सरफेस के ऊपर होगा. ओके, बट इफ वी कंसीडर अ सॉलिड सिलेंडर, देन जो भी आपकी चार्ज है, टोटल चार्ज है, वो सारा इट विल बी यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन इट्स वॉल्यूम. जितना भी सिलेंडर का वॉल्यूम है अंदर, इनसाइड इट, ओवर इट्स सरफेस, इट विल बी यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन इट्स होल वॉल्यूम. ओके, सो इन केस ऑफ होलो सिलेंडर हम सिर्फ सरफेस को कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, इसमें हम कंप्लीट वॉल्यूम को कंसीडर कर रहे हैं. तो होलो सिलेंडर में चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को हम किसकी टर्म्स में लेते हैं? वी टेक इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ सिग्मा. सिग्मा इज सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी. सो सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी आपका हो गया चार्ज अपॉन एरिया. ना अगर हम सॉलिड सिलेंडर की बात करेंगे तो चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इट इज टेकन इन टर्म्स ऑफ रो. रो इज आवर वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी एंड इट इज इक्वल टू चार्ज अपॉन वॉल्यूम. तो ये दो इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स हैं सिलेंडर के केस में. फर्स्ट थिंग, सिलेंडर का गॉसियन सरफेस जो इसके चारों तरफ सिमेट्रिकली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हो, दैट इज ऑलवेज अ सिलेंडर. सो गॉसियन सरफेस फॉर अ लॉन्ग सिलेंडर इट इज टेकन एज सिलेंडर. इफ वी आर कंसीडरिंग हॉलो सिलेंडर तो हम सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी के टर्म्स में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करेंगे सिग्मा. इफ वी आर टेकिंग अ सॉलिड सिलेंडर तो हम वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी रो की टर्म्स में फाइंड आउट करेंगे इसकी टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी. नाउ अगर हम हॉलो सिलेंडर को फर्स्टली कंसीडर करते हैं, हॉलो सिलेंडर में भी गॉसियन सरफेस, इट वी आर सेइंग दैट गॉसियन सरफेस फॉर अ सिलेंडर इज सिलेंडर. सो इट कैन बी इनसाइड योर गिवन सिलेंडर, इट कैन बी आउटसाइड योर गिवन सिलेंडर. जैसे ये कैपिटल आर अगर हम रेडियस वाला अपना सिलेंडर कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, ड्यू टू विच वी नीड टू फाइंड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी. So if we are taking Gaussian surface inside it, that means a cylinder of smaller radius which is inside it. Since the charge is residing over its surface only, so inside it total charge is 0. That means electric field intensity due to cylinder of radius r, in case we are taking Gaussian surface inside it, it will be E is equal to 0. But if we consider a Gaussian surface, that is a cylinder of radius which is greater than the radius of given cylinder, then ये इस तरह से आपका इसके बाहर लाई करेगा. तो क्योंकि इसकी सरफेस इसके अंदर आ रही है, that means inside it there is certain charge. So due to that charge the electric field intensity it is given by sigma r upon epsilon naught r. This is our surface charge density. R is the radius of given cylinder, small r is the radius of Gaussian surface. So these are two cases for hollow cylinder. Likewise solid cylinder के लिए कौन से दो cases हमारे बनेंगे? Firstly, if we are considering Gaussian surface inside the cylinder, ये छोटा cylinder हम इस given cylinder के अंदर consider कर रहे हैं. So क्योंकि इसमें आपका solid cylinder है, uniform charge distribution है, तो inside वाले cylinder के अंदर भी आपके पास charge is residing inside it. Okay. So E is given as rho r upon 2 epsilon naught. So rho here is volume charge density. And second case is if Gaussian surface is outside your cylinder, likewise if the small r is greater than r, then again it is given by rho r square upon 2 epsilon naught. So these are four results for finding of electric field intensity for any infinitely long cylinder. Then after it, two more cases we have. One is electric field intensity due to a long sheet and due to our sphere, hollow sphere, and due to our solid sphere. This we will discuss in next class.